How you doing? I'm gonna shut this off. I'll get monetized for. Not monetized. I'm not monetized. And I got 3 copyrights this week, so copyright claims. I don't know where they'll go, but I'm like, I can't win for losing. Hi everybody, happy Saturday night.
Happy Saturday.
We're not feeling it tonight. We're tired.
It's been a crappy week, to be honest.
It has. It has. Had some trouble at work. But one of my friends told me that God told him that I was protected at home, at work. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I believed him, but I didn't know what he was talking about. And it came to fruition the next night or that night. I'm like, okay, God, I know what you're talking about now. Because, hello, one of a kind. How are you tonight?
Hi, one of a kind. Thanks for coming in.
I'm so tired. I got up about 7 o'clock today. And me and Courtney went, and my other daughter, Clarissa, went to a brunch at the church. We heard a very good message.
Should have had more fun without Clarissa.
And, yeah, I put on my community tab this week. Thank you for sharing me out, Brian, that I had some big news.
Do you want one?
What are they?
Well, this one's Mountain Dew, so I know you probably won't drink that, but that one's like spiked lemonade.
No.
Okay.
I'll take this, though.
I'm drinking Malone.
So, yeah, I got some big news, but I don't want to spoil it yet because I think I want to try to get her on here and speak it. So I'm going to play some non-copyright music if I can find it again. I was searching through here earlier and I was like, what's this? And it came up, non-copyright music. Cheers, water tonight. I got 3 copyright claims on my videos. I don't know what I did. Music. Where did I put that? This shirt that I got on, it says, let's get
Cracking. She's drinking water. I'm drinking a little harder tonight, but cheers, y'all. That's nice.
Ew.
What, you don't want to smell that?
No.
Baja.
Smells like death.
Smells like Baja.
So yeah, it's cold here. That's why I got a sweatshirt on. The wind is blowing. It has been blowing all day. It was raining, snowing. I'm trying to find some non-caught here. Here it is. This is what I was going through earlier. And of course it isn't on here. Back. Yeah. Playlist. Albums.
I miss Henry too, one of a kind.
Yeah, that's just. Oh, I wish I could play that. Oh, my favorite song. What the heck? I've got copyright claim.
Put it on quiet enough in the background, it'll be okay.
Oh, I can't play that song quiet. what have you been up to, one of a kind? What are you having for dinner? What'd you have? What are you having?
Who you know, where you been?
Who you know where you been? I like that Dodge Charger XLX, whatever. I just watched the video. I didn't comment on it. Ew, that stinks. It got alcohol in it?
Oh yeah, 5%. Not that bad.
It stinks.
It's hitting my soul right now.
All right. We had a good brunch, but it was
Not filling. It was delicious. We had it catered from a local deli restaurant, delicatessen. It's a little place downtown. Really good. They have awesome chicken salad. But they did quiches. And I mean there are a lot of women there, so they said, you know, square. But I'm a big girl. I need food.
that one lady got 2 on her plate. But that's before they announced it.
Speaking of shirts, I got a new work sweatshirt that says our residents are one in a melon. It's got a watermelon on it. And then I've got Baby Yoda on.
Hi, Gamer Bro.
Hi, Gamer Bro. Thanks for stopping in.
I thank God. If you guys aren't familiar with Dante Bowie, look him up. He's an awesome singer. He was with Maverick City Music, and they said bye-bye to him because he said, and it wasn't something derogatory or nothing, it was something different on social media, on a different social media platform, but I don't know, I heard it and I'm like, what? He's expressing his opinion, and it wasn't,
we're not allowed to have opinions.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing, I mean, he's obviously a godly man, but it wasn't nothing against Maverick City. So I don't know. They must have really, really strict. I don't know. He's just awesome. He steals the show. It's like the other singers are.
It's a powerful voice.
Yep, very powerful voice. He did that one with Crowder. I can tell it, and then I looked it up, and I'm like, I knew it was him. I like that guy too.
Yeah, our ladies' brunch is really good. My favorite pastors, besides our own, Larry and Wendy, are there. I love Pastor Hilton, Mrs. and Mr. They're awesome.
Richard Hilton and his wife Teresa. She brought the message today.
I love her. I love her husband. He has the most infectious laugh I've ever heard in my entire life, and I bless him. He's an adorable human being.
They're from Tennessee, and I learned today that she was born in Maryland. She doesn't have a Maryland accent. It's
She's
all
got a southern accent.
Tennessee all the way.
She's so cute too. They're both cute. I love them. I've never heard a bad word from either one of them. Thank the heavens. Bedo's gonna be there tomorrow night though when I'm working.
I know.
At 16, I'm not gonna want to drag my butt to church.
So we're having a sweet 16 celebration. We've been at church for 16 years.
We've been there for 10 of it since I was a freshman in college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
We'll have a party without them.
So yeah. So all this week. Well, tomorrow,
Through Wednesday.
Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I might call off Wednesday. No, that'll be 2 Wednesdays in a row. They might get suspicious.
Wednesday's a night shift for me, so I gotta sleep. Or else I go.
I don't like his hat though.
Depending on when I go to bed, I might be able to drag myself
like
up and
doctors.
down. So my work week has been rough. We let go of 5 people for the best. And Dyer needed help, so Courtney picked up a couple 12s. And then tomorrow I'm working a night shift into Monday morning, so it'll be a 16-hour shift. I gotta work Tuesday, and then I picked up a night shift on Wednesday. I'm off Thursday to pick up Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, before I get another day off.
Can y'all hear us all right?
So pray for me. I'm gonna be tired.
I'm always tired, so.
And on top of all that, after we got rid of those people, we got a complaint from a family member, and we had stayed in our building for 2 days investigating abuse and neglect. So everything's unfounded, we're fine, no tags, because we take good care of our people, but... No. That's what the hubby told me. He was like, why do you do that to yourself? And I'm like, because if I'm not there, nobody takes care of my people, so we're short.
Can you hear that music in the background?
I can put my AirPod in and see if I can hear it actually.
If you can't, that's good.
We should sing this tomorrow. It's so
I
good.
know. If you can't, we sing this in our church, and if it don't make you want to get up and dance and jump, and I don't know what will. It's a good song. Will you read the comments? I can't see them.
Sorry, I was trying to see if I could hear
Oh.
them.
I better stop.
Is it non-copyright? No, it's not.
No. I've already got 3 copyright claims this week, so it's whatever. I don't know what the deal was. I can't figure it out. But I guess I'll search that again.
You can hear the music.
Oh well. Like I said, it is what it is. There we go. Hours of gaming mix music. Okay.
That's what we played for Henry's birthday party.
Yep.
It was the techno stuff.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, where is Wolf?
Occasionally got bladder leaks. I tried always
Wolfie?
underwear. It absorbs an entire glass of water.
He's grounded anyway, so.
Love. It just felt like real underwear. Game changer. It's the protection we deserve.
Sorry. I'm laughing at adult diapers.
They're
I
trying to make them
shouldn't.
sound so glamorous.
I shouldn't, because I'll be there one of these days.
I hope Clarissa changes your butt.
This is copyright free music. Tell me if it's too loud. Oh, so Be sure and come by May 6th. We got a new format. I hope to be more livelier, more engaging. I want you all out there watching. I want you all to feedback, and we'll see how it goes. We'll try it out the 6th, and I'm not saying any more about it because it's going to be kind of a surprise. But I just want to try it out, see how it goes. Oh, sorry, I'm so tired. By the time it gets done, our live gets done, I'll be hungry too. I'm sure you can.
Oh, I see my headphone.
That's alright. That's alright. So I've been, I did a couple craft videos this week, junk journal videos this week. Hopefully I'll do one tomorrow. Another one tomorrow. I gotta get...
What's wrong with your brother?
I commented on it. So, we gotta get going on that. I said in my last junk journal video I was gonna make a vision board. I got started on, but I'm like, that involves a lot. I mean, I kind of envisioned it in my head, and I'm like, okay, so this is going to take more than like 10 minutes, so. So, work on that. I might work on that tomorrow. I don't know. It's going to take a while to finish, so I thought I'd just go, but I want it neat and want to be able to mark off the stuff when I get done with it. And
Do a collage vision board and put pictures up there.
yeah, but I can't. I'm not that. No. I'm just gonna write it. Feels so good. That's the name of the song. Feels so good. Oh, never mind.
What?
It's shut off over there. By the up. Okay. Oh, sorry. I was at work this afternoon and I had all my work done. I was sitting at the desk and I was like, almost fell asleep. That's a big no-no. I mean, nobody else was there, but you never know. Oh gosh, I can't stop yawning. Need Henry here to liven things up. Oh, I should have put my thing on the door, Courtney, for live streaming. You know Caitlin's gonna come in. Oh, is that? Oh, that's not copyright too. Don't say that. Gospel beat.
What if God says show must go on?
Yep.
94% of natural origin ingredients and allergy tested.
What happened?
Commercial.
Commercials.
What y'all drinking tonight? I'm having the hard Mountain Dew Zero Sugar Baja Blast.
It stinks.
She doesn't like it.
Stinks.
I didn't realize it was sugar free. That makes me happy. Contains alcohol. Really?
Yeah, put that on there. Because little kids will be buying it.
I know. Oh, 100 calories per 12 ounces. This is 24 ounces.
So in one of my Team U-Hauls, I showed you all this fan. I recommend it. It was like, I don't know how much I paid for it, like $4 or $5. And the USB, it plugs into your computer or your charger thing, and it has a little button here on the back, and it has 3 speeds, and it works. I reckon, just for like a desk fan or whatever. There's a little Kit Kat. Looks like a little kid. I thought these were feet, and I'm like, nope, because those are the feet on the bottom.
Sorry.
So yeah, I don't need that tonight, but early. Oh gosh,
What?
it stinks.
Oh, beloved Pete.
Your burp. So yeah, if you want a little desk fan from Temu, I recommend this. I should do a review on my stuff that I bought. My paper clips are so cute. Really? That's it?
This one's on.
Wow. Tribal.
Hi, ZZTV. Thanks for
Hi,
coming in.
ZZ. Nope, can't watch that. Back to our upbeat music. Non-copyright music. Is that the name of the song? Copyright free? No, infraction. Feel the sunshine. Yeah, we're not doing. Sorry, I should have went live tonight, but no, I like doing lives. I like the view times, and I like talking to you all. And what'd she say?
She really likes you. Really did a great job.
Thank you. I had fun. I have fun creating them and all. They're not. It's never like, oh, I gotta get this done, and it's like, oh, I gotta get this done. Well, there's like a little bit of anxiousness, but I have fun at it. Courtney said something about putting me at home or something. And I said, just give me my glue and my paper, my scissors, and my box of wine, and I'll be fine. No, not my box of wine, my grapefruit wine. Yeah, we had that for my birthday, and it's still in my refrigerator. I haven't touched it.
I've had one glass out of the bottle that I got, so. I also have some Arbor Mist that's sitting there.
So, what do you all think about putting your birthday on social media? I mean, like, I had a birthday celebration. I want everybody to come and celebrate with me. But, like, somebody put something on Facebook and it says,
Today's my birthday. Happy birthday to me.
yeah, happy birthday to me. And I'm like, really? Are we fishing for happy birthday wishes or compliments?
On a social media platform that already alerts your friends that today is your birthday.
Yeah. Well, maybe she doesn't have that set up, though.
If she's got her birthday typed in the Facebook, then it'll alert that it's her birthday.
I don't know. I didn't. Well, I don't know. I'm like, really?
Somebody's fishing.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's not any different than me having a birthday, but I don't know.
Knock-a-doodle-doo. The best movies of the year are on Apple TV.
Knock-a-doodle-doo.
Ooh. Commercials.
Harrison Ford.
What'd she say? What'd ZZ say?
That is so extra to me, but to each their own.
Yeah, I thought so too. I'm like, really? When I saw it, I was like, really?
To preferences, it was Facebook, and it was somebody's cover photo that said, happy birthday to me. It just seemed... It fits this person's personality, but I was just like, it's so extra. It's like people that go to their places of work and wear those sashes and say, "It's my birthday, I'm the birthday girl," and I'm like, really?
Well, it's different. Like if somebody gives you that and say, "We want you to wear this," and I'm like, okay.
Our favorite nurse, when it was her birthday, came to work with one of those pins on.
And you're supposed to say, "Oh, is it your birthday today? Yeah, did you see my pin?"
It's okay, I got her.
It's
like,
different when you're a little kid and it's Henry's birthday, you know, but like when you're adult, it's like, seriously, my birthday is just another day. I mean, I know it's bad to say, but because this one thing had this thing, think about your parents on your birthday. It's a celebration for them, you know. But I don't know. I mean, I like to celebrate my birthday, but it's not. I mean, if I don't know, It's my birthday.
I would like to avoid my birthday this
Happy
year.
birthday
but
to me. No, your birthday's a milestone, Courtney. So, I'm 57, and y'all know that. And 27 years ago, in July, I had this one. So, do the math and figure out how old she's gonna be.
27 years ago.
No, I'm sorry. When
Yeah.
I was 27. I'm 57. When I was 27, I had her. So do the math and figure out how old Courtney's going to be in July.
How old I'm not gonna be. I'll throw myself out a window before then.
No. I was saying to some ladies at church today, they said something about they couldn't believe Courtney's going to be and I'm like, yeah. And when she was 10 years old, I was pregnant with Caitlin, and I'm like, what am I doing? I have a 10-year-old. I have a 10-year-old at home, and here I am pregnant with another one. Yay!
Okay, one of them, kind vlog. I got one for you. So I'm gonna be 90.
90.
They're pretty damn good for 90.
Oh, I've been following this guy on TikTok, but they come on YouTube, and he has a 91, he might be 92 now, a 91-year-old father with dementia, and he stays with the son like 4 days a week, and then stays with his other son 3 days a week, and it's like, I told Courtney, I said, doesn't dementia patients like schedule, like, isn't it better if they go by a schedule? And she said it all depends on the individual, if it works for them, you know, and it works for the dad. And they said,
If he's used to it, then that's...
but they say he gets really confused on that day, like they went out to lunch with this other son, I'll just say it, Mark, and then he lives with Dan. I mean, he lives with both of them, but he said, okay, and he thought he was going with Mark, and they said, no, tomorrow, Dad, you're going with Mark. And I'm like, he's confused anyway, and then, I don't know. I think it takes a special person to deal with dementia. Right here, sit next to me.
I love my crazy people.
I don't think I could do it on a daily basis. Well, Courtney'd come home when she lived with me and tell me stories about, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I go in a closet and cry, or be in the bathroom for a half an hour crying. It tears my heart out because of the stories she would tell me, and
I've done that before.
eh.
I still do. The last person that passed away, I had to go in the freezer and cry. It was a sudden death. Anyway, we were. You expect it, but you don't. He was a hospice patient, but we weren't, like, it was coming, but that happened too soon. Yeah.
And he was kind of a family friend too.
He was a good friend of my grandpa, my dad's dad. So I knew him before all that. So, and I took care of another guy for 2.5, almost 3 years. That was really, really good friends with my grandpa.
Oh, the guy from Middletown.
John Dean?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, the other one.
Oh, Johnson.
Yeah.
He broke my heart. Oh, I've taken care of a lot of people that live in my community.
That's what happens when you live in a smaller community.
I've taken care of 2 ladies that used to work with my mom, who, they're like surrogate grandparents. I grew up with them, and they were hard. I think the first one was harder than the last one. I mean, the last one was hard, but the first lady I took care of, she was like my surrogate grandma, and when she first got there, she's a little bit more with it, and she used to, oh, Courtney, how's your mom? How's your sisters? And then the further along she got in her dementia, the more she thought I was my mom. So there was a couple times I'd come in, she'd be like, now how many girls do you have? And I'm like, I don't have any girls. And she'd be like, well, don't you have the older one? And I'm like, oh, you think I'm my mom? And I'm like, yeah, they're doing fine. There was one time she had a whole conversation with me about Courtney starting college because she worked at the local college here that I went to, and that's where Ma worked at for 25 years. And I had a whole conversation with her, like I was Colleen, not Courtney, talking about Courtney's first year in college and how good it was going.
And didn't that one nurse goes, why is she calling me Colleen?
Yeah.
They say, you know, dementia, because that guy I've been following, they say, just go along with it. And they were lying to the guy that he said, now where's Mark? And they go, he's on a cruise. Where'd he go? They said the Mediterranean Sea, and they wasn't. And he wasn't. And they go, why are you, like his commenter said, why are you lying to him? And he goes, if it makes him happy, it
You have
doesn't.
to live in their world sometimes.
Yeah.
If it's 1955 and they're 30 and have 3 kids at home and they gotta get in the station wagon and go to the grocery store, then hold on, Miss Betty, let me get my keys and I gotta go take this trash out and we'll go to the you know, you live in their world sometimes. Did I tell them the story about the oxygen tank?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that was one of the crazier things I've done here in a long time, but that woman thought she was on some safari and she had to strangle whatever that animal was, and if I had to strangle an oxygen tank to get her to go back to bed, I was going to strangle an oxygen tank.
Ooh. That's Mustang.
I was going to wrestle that oxygen tank to get her to go back to sleep, because that's what we had to do. She said, live in their world, I like that. And you do. I play when I work. I don't know about some of the other girls that I work with, but when I work, I take my iPad with me because I like old movies. That's how I connect with my residents. We watch Elvis and Mae West and
John
Cary
Wayne.
Grant and John Wayne and Marilyn Monroe. I have
Animal House.
I have one guy who has vascular dementia because he had a stroke. So he's younger. He's in his 60s. He's 69 this year. But he's younger. He went to high school with my administrator, so he likes the 70s music, so every now and then I throw that in. But he was watching Animal House one morning, and there was an older lady who's my Elvis fan, who I love to death. But she was watching it, and she was like, oh, these guys are partying. And I'm like, yep, they are. And my administrator was upset. She's like, why'd you let him watch that? And I'm like, I wasn't going to tell him no. I mean, it wasn't bad. But I play music, so I've got 50s, 60s, 70s playlists that I go through. I have one lady who's a big Elvis fan who told me she slept with Elvis one time. Daughter's pretty sure she didn't, but I was like, if she did, good for her.
Elvis.
He's the best lover she ever had, and I was like, I bet he was. I bet, good girl, you get you some Elvis. Every time I put on a movie, and she sees him, she's like, oh, there he is, shaking it. Look at him shake and wiggle. She kills me. I don't remember what we were watching the other day, but it like opened up and he had his back turned, so the camera pans up and he turns around. She's like, look at that. Oh, it's Elvis. She's having a good old day that day. I'm getting worried. She's getting ready to go home. Her family's going to take her home.
Oh.
It makes me sad because she's one of my, they're all my favorites. I don't dislike any of them. But it's going to be one that I'm going to be upset about. And my favorite nurse is getting ready to leave us.
He, this guy that I watched, he said,
Folks can now get pre-qualified with CarMax.
That he just wants to get it out there that they don't have to go to a home. They can't, I mean, but like I said, if, I don't know, it'd be a hard decision. If my mom had dementia, I don't think I could.
I understand people's reasoning. I see it from every spectrum. Like, I know there's some people that it takes a special person.
I don't think I
Because
could
I work
handle
with
it.
people who I'm like, I don't know why you're in this industry because this isn't for you. Like, they're not bad people. It takes a certain personality type. You know, and I'm not going to say that I'm perfect because there's days where I have one lady that yells help all the time, and there's days I can tune it out and it doesn't bother me. She can wander, she can yell help. It doesn't. And there's some days where the minute I hear her voice, I'm like, no, I can't today. Which, you know, like I said, it just takes a special person. There's some people that can't take the stories, and, you know, I had one girl that I worked with and she was great. But she didn't like when they touched her. And they get touchy-feely. This is their home, you're coming in and taking care of them. Some of them live in a world where you're their family. So they get touchy-feely sometimes, and I understand it because I'm not a people person. I don't like random but they're different. They don't understand that you're not their like, I have a handful of residents that love when I call them grandma or grandpa. It's just, they love that. And I have one guy who I kind of know, but not really. I know him better now that he lives with us than I did beforehand. And we had one CNA that used to call him a turd. And some days he would laugh at it, and other days it would upset him. So there was one day he was very upset by it. So I was like, it's okay, you know, we'll find a new nickname for you. I was, you know, because you call him Miss or Mister, and sometimes they tell you to call him by their first name, and sometimes you get nicknames for him. So I just randomly called him Grandpa because he's just a sweet little old man. He just reminds me of the sweetest little grandpa. And he loves it. And he even tells his wife, he's like, our granddaughter, you know, Courtney's coming. And he just got back from the hospital recently and he didn't remember me. And his wife was there. She's like, it's your granddaughter, Courtney. And he was like, oh, she's here. He was so excited when he was back and realized it was me. So, and I have another gentleman that I take care of that I call my grandpa. And he loves it. And they're so cute. So they get touchy-feely sometimes. They want to give you hugs and they want to give you kisses, and sometimes they try to strangle you. Depends on the day.
Bite you, kick you, punch
Yeah,
you.
I was trimming one lady's nails and she bit me in the butt one day. I've got black eyes. Had somebody roll over my foot.
She got punched in the stomach when she was pregnant.
Mm-hmm. Knocked up against a wall. I had a gentleman the other day that I was giving a bath to that told me he was going to rip my penis off and beat me with it. And I was like, if you can find it, sir, I commend you. I also had one gentleman, they had spinach this week for lunch, and I was sitting with him, I was eating his lunch, because you got to encourage him to eat. And I said, aren't you going to eat your spinach, Grandpa? And he goes, oh no. He goes, if I eat that, I'll lose all my money. These women will chase me around. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, no spinach for you then. I was also cleaning him up yesterday before I left, and he told me to stop playing with it so much his wife would be upset. And I'm like, I'm not, but alright.
I'll probably get a strike for that.
What?
You said penis.
The proper term for male genitalia? Okay.
Yeah.
I will say this, I have one lady who does not like me, and I think it's because she was run over by a car when she was a child. Survived, she's fine now. But I think I remind her of the lady that hit her with her car. So while the state investigator was there, she was behind my desk looking at some resident charts, and I was finishing up lunch with somebody who needs to be fed. So I'm sitting across the dining room from this lady, and I'm feeding this resident, and I don't like her, and I'm like, I'm sorry, Miss Phyllis, I'm almost done. And I'm feeding this guy his last bites, and she goes, you need to get out of here, I don't like you. And I'm like, if you don't shut up, old woman, because state will take anything and run with it. They don't care if they have dementia. She would have sat down and talked to her, and this woman would have fed her a line that I ran her over with my car, and I beat her, and because she doesn't like showers either. So there was another incident where I gave her a shower and she came out and our cook was standing at the desk asking a question, and she comes rolling up to him. She's like, "Oh, that man beat me," because I pull my hair up and I'm big, so I look like a man to some of them. And the cook was like, "Oh, he did. Look at me. Oh, he beat me black and blue." I had given this woman a shower. So I was like, "Shh, Phyllis, it's okay. I'm almost done." She's like, "Well, if you don't leave, I will." And I'm like, "Bye." I'm like, "Please don't." I hate the ones that make scenes when State's there, because it's like State will take that and run with it.
They should know that they have dementia. I mean,
We didn't get any tags, but they give recommendations which are like, "Hey, you should be doing, or you're not doing this, but you should be." And so the recommendation they gave us was when we do transfers to use a gate belt, and if you know, you put it around them and it just gives you extra leverage for people. We work dementia. If you're in an altered state of mind and somebody comes at you with this big thing that looks like a belt and they go to strap it around you, aren't you gonna get scared and freak out? Even if you know what it is. I mean, some of them know, like, there's a lady who's a hard transfer, and she knows she has to go to the bathroom, so if you go up and you're like, "Okay, Miss Craig, you gotta go to the bathroom," "Okay, let's stand up," but you go to, like, you know, because before gate belts, we give her a hug and pick her up, you go to put your arms around her, and she completely freaks out, because she thinks you're gonna hurt her or smother her or something, and you have to talk her through it. And I'm like, I don't know about you, but an altered mental state and somebody comes at me with that big, long piece of fabric telling me they're going to put that on me, and then even if you do get it on them, you're using that to pull up on them, that hurts. And some of these people are skin and bones, they've lost a bit of weight, you know, sometimes we get beginning stages and the families just don't know what to do, and sometimes they have kept them home so long that they're so far gone, and the families just can't, they don't have the equipment, you know, they don't have the skills to cope with how far along they got.
why is it not charging?
So, yeah, you get somebody who's skin and bones and you're using that gate belt to pull up on them, it's traumatizing. I'm a big girl, and when I was in CNA school, we used one of those, and it hurts. Especially if they're pulling against you and not, you know, if you're using that to pick somebody up and they're not giving you any weight, it hurts.
To wear lift.
We're a no-lift facility unless they're on hospice. So the state
Yes,
recommendation for gate belts, I was like, yeah, in a perfect world, of course. But I was like, these people, you know, I'm like, I fully understand.
It's not a big nursing home thing.
Which it should be. And I understand the reasoning behind it. It's safer for us, it's safer for the residents, because you're not skin tears and bruises and everything else on people. Because sometimes, you know, if they're pulling against you and you got a hold of somebody's arm, then they bruise easily anyway. I understand the logic behind it, but that's for a perfect world, the perfect scenario. We don't deal with that. We have Alzheimer's. We have people who are altered mental statuses. We have people who will try to get themselves up because they think they can still stand and they can't. I took care of somebody who was an amputee from the knee down, forgot that they didn't have a leg, and tried to stand up one day and crack their head because he forgot he didn't have half a leg. It's that kind of stuff. So it's just state looks at it from a perfect world point of view, and that's not what happens.
I couldn't do it. Huh?
There's nobody in here tonight.
Oh, well.
I agree. It takes a special person.
I couldn't do it.
I didn't think I could. I know I love it. I can't imagine doing anything else. Like here a couple weeks ago, I got mad and got a wild hair at my butt and applied for a desk job. And I didn't hear anything back, thank goodness. But I was just like, I couldn't do that. I can't sit behind a desk all day. I was like, I'll go crazy.
Yes, that's what we need, Courtney.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, my manager did that, and she took a desk job and worked for my company, work cleaning company, and she said she made good money there, but she said they ran it like a prison, and it was like, is a well-known, I know if I said it, you all would know, but it was a well-known insurance, and she said you were timed when you went to the bathroom. If you didn't get back in time, that you were wrote up or something. And I'm like, you can't do that to employees. And she had a medical condition. She told me what it was, but and she when like when she had to go, she had to go. She couldn't like, hey, I need to go to the restroom. Like, are we in high school? You know, you have to get a hall pass to go to the restroom or whatever. And it's like, yeah. And she said, yeah, they ran it like a prison, so she didn't last there very long.
The last nursing home I worked at was trying to implement that your bathroom breaks had to be your 15-minute, like, if you weren't a smoker, your 15-minute break that you got was supposed to be you were supposed to use those for your bathroom breaks, and I'm like, no.
My helper I have now, she goes, oh, I worked other night. She said I worked three and a half or 3.25 hours, no break. And I go, she's the same age as me. I'm like, you gotta take a break. I mean,
I work 8-hour shifts with no break because we don't have to clock out for our breaks. And
well, she's like me. I used to be. I'm like, just get it done. Just go in there and get it done, then take a break. And I'm not like that anymore. I mean, I have some downtime. I'm waiting on her to get things done because we coincide, but when she gets things, after she gets certain things done, then I can finish my job. And then it's that again, she gets certain things done, and then I can finish the rest of my job. So if she sits down and takes a 15-minute break, it's no big deal to me because I usually, like, I'm waiting on her to get done with something. So I'll usually sit down for 10, 15 minutes. Sometimes I lose track of time. It's 30. But I used to justify me not taking, because I get a half-hour lunch break, dinner break, it's at night, and then I get two 15-minute breaks. So I'm like, that's an hour. And if I sat down for an hour, I'm like, there's my lunch break, or there's my 2 break, you know. But I do have a lot of downtime at my work because I get the stuff done, but I had a lot of downtime at the college. If you're good at your job, then you do have downtime. Sometimes.
my downtime doesn't happen until about 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a regular day.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't have to clock out for our breaks and our meal breaks because we promote family style eating, and we have a big dining room with several tables. So when we take our lunch break, we're supposed to sit with our residents. So I don't have to clock out for my breaks. I get paid for a whole 8 hours.
And I don't. I actually work 8.5 hours because I get a half-hour lunch break. So.
Walk in the Duogo. So yeah, and I'm not a smoker, so I don't get to take 8 smoke breaks a day. So I'm usually on my floor for a whole 8 hours.
That one helper I got, she goes, "You ready for a break?" And it was just like I was just getting into my work, and I'm like, "Yeah." I mean, when it was warmer weather, when it's cold weather, I wouldn't go outside with her. It was warmer weather. She'd go out and have a cigarette, and I'm like, "Did you just smoke one 15 minutes ago?"
I had a coworker who was like that. I have a nurse who's like that. She vapes now.
Oh.
She can't do it in the building, so she's got to go out. I'll never forget that day. One of my beloved residents passed away, and the funeral home came and took his body away and everything else. And I know that's a whole process because they have paperwork and stuff that they have to do. And the minute he left, I need to go out and smoke. I had such a bad morning, and I'm like, I just had to clean up the body of a resident that I've taken care of for the last 3 years, who has absolutely become my grandparent. I still talk to his family to this day, and he's been gone for 2 years now. They still bring our facility stuff. They donated more money because he loved being outside, so they donated money when he passed away to redo our patios because that was something he loved. And I was like, I can't even freaking believe you, but you need to go out and smoke.
Excuses people come up with. I need to go smoke.
One
Oh,
of the times
that's
says
such
you
a-
need some rest.
Stressful day. I need to go out and smoke.
This is also the same nurse who got a brand new spanking car and took it 4 hours away to get worked on and left our building with no nurse. So I had
Hey,
to.
4 hours away.
She was gone for 4 hours.
Well, it's like an hour away.
She was gone for 4 hours.
Well, an hour there, 2 hours to get it worked on, and then an hour back.
Still irritates me.
Yeah,
She also.
I'm not justifying her because
She left one time because she got her nails done and they were too long and they were bothering her, so she went to go get them fixed. And then there was a time she was going to go on vacation for a week and she left to go get spray tanned. And just, I don't understand why she still works for us. She bothers me.
and then people like me and Courtney. And I'm not saying we're perfect. I've done stuff at work that probably some people say, "What?" I mean, not outrageous like that. I worked when I worked at my other job. There was a night supervisor, and she would tell the other people to do her work because she just got her nails done, and she can't do the work because she just got her nails done. I'm like, what? When the girl told me that, I'm like, no, you go in and tell our boss.
Yeah.
She's a working supervisor. I know some supervisors sit at a desk and push papers and pins all day, but that's a working supervisor position.
I was going to say, I'll put it in perspective. I worked for my company for almost 6 years. I've worked for that building nearly 6 years. In the 6 years I've been there, I've had 3 write-ups. One of which was because I was dating a gentleman at the time who had 2 kids, and our oven was on the fritz, and the kids wanted pizza, and he didn't order. He went and got takeaway pizzas and didn't realize that the oven wasn't working. So I told them, come out to work, I'll throw them in the oven, you guys can eat, go home. I got written up for that, for having them in the building, and they were there long enough to cook the pizzas and leave. But this woman leaves. The same nurse, we had a gentleman fall and hit his face and was bleeding, and we had 2 aides at the time who were useless and didn't know how to take care of that, but she was the only nurse in the building and she had left. And this man laid on the floor and bled, and when we called her, her response was, we'll call an ambulance. So yeah, I got written up because I made my potential stepkids dinner and sent them home, but this woman left residents unattended because she's the only nurse in the building and still works for us, so. She only works part-time now. She has another job at a doctor's office where she gets to smooth all the doctors and specialists that she loves, but yeah, just irritates me.
Maybe that. Oops.
Yeah, CC's Creations. That's my business. I do small order custom t-shirts and merchandise.
Yeah, promote your business, Courtney. Go ahead.
If you can think it and it's not, I don't-
Layered or really funky looking, she can make it.
yeah, I don't screen press, I vinyl work, so it's gotta be,
And a bomb ass. A bomb boutique. Thing I wanted on a t-shirt, I wanted that to be my merch, and she can't do it.
I work with vinyl, I don't screen, I can't layer all those colors. I mean, I could, it takes a lot of practice, and I also...
Hey, if that one guy on YouTube can do it, you can do it.
I know I can do it, but it takes the time. I also work a full-time job and I have a kid, so it's a business hobby, so small scale, non-intricate merchandise, I got you. I also can do virtual logos, so if you need that, CC's Creations can do that.
Where do we find you, Courtney?
CC's Creation 2020 at Gmail, or yeah, that's that. CC's Create. I'll put it in the chat if y'all want it.
I thought you had Facebook.
I do at CC's Creations,
Okay.
and then if you want to email me my business personally, it's CC's Creations 2020 at Gmail.
You should did your YouTube like that too.
I just want a business YouTube because there's specifications you have to do
Yeah.
for YouTube to be a business.
This is pretty neat music. Sorry.
The deeper I get into that, the more metallic it gets. I don't know if I like it. Looks like it's been in the can too long.
Hi, I use Febreze Fatify Plug. And I use this. Febreze has a mic.
I'm hungry for pizza. I can eat pizza 24/7, I
I
think.
really want some pasta. It's Pickle Rick! Morty, I'm a pickle!
Is that him?
It's a variation of him. It was kind of funny. It looks like it with the unibrow.
So that it has themes on the screen. I'm playing this on my TV, and it has like a box, and it's like pulsing with the beat. And in the middle, it has what genre it is, and it has toys, and it says,
Wolfie! It's
Hey.
about time!
"Hey Wolf, welcome in."
What's up, Wolf? You just missed story time. I was telling good old stories about my lovely little residence. I know Wolfie likes my story times.
It's about Walking Dead.
I wish I had better stories of Walking Dead. I will say, Norman Reedus smells phenomenal, even in the Georgia heat. Whew. He gives some really good hugs, too.
We could have been sitting on Easy Street if Courtney would have stayed with Walking Dead. Look how many seasons they went.
They just ended this year.
Yep. Yeah, I don't care for this one.
I'm not a music fan. Not this.
I just said, hey, this is not bad. Now this comes on. I guess you have to cover all genres. This is no copyright music.
Best times up next. Happy Cooking Food by Infections.
I need a footstool over here.
Do you want me to push it over?
Please.
I'm about to go dump this drink out. The deeper I get into it, the more metallic it gets.
Rock this party.
That wasn't what they just advertised.
Well, they were just advertising that. What did Wolf say?
He said hi, I think, unless you...
No, he said something else. Woohoo, Walking Dead. LOL, I'm doing awesome, and I'm blessed to be here. We're blessed to have you, Wolf. Thank you for coming in. We said at the top of the chat, we were both tired. It's been a rough week for both of us at work, and we just weren't feeling alive tonight. Now we're getting more into it. We'll get some. Yeah, Courtney's hers is an alcohol induced getting into it.
Ooh. Better.
Maybe we'll get into some questions later on.
I'll bring up the Britannica again. We can find another quiz.
Yeah, that Britannica is pretty neat. They could leave the whistling out of there. So it's been really, really cold here today. I mean, not really cold, but the wind makes it colder. It has snowed. It has rained.
Somebody said there were like little pea-sized hail earlier.
Yeah.
I didn't hear any of that.
Where was that? They had they said ping pong ball sized hail. That was yesterday.
Romesville, Illinois, Romesville.
We had, was it yesterday we had the storms or Thursday we had
Thursday.
tornado warnings
Thursday.
up north of us, Rock Falls and Sterling and, well, I listened to a Christian radio station in my car and they said Sauk Valley. I don't know if that's a town, but, and they said Sterling. I've never heard of any. I've seen some gnarly pictures on Facebook of the bad weather up there. And I never seen or never heard of the tornadoes touching down or anything. Funktown. What kind are those?
Cheese.
Oh, I thought you had those checks.
No, I ate that battery. I'm hungry today.
Are you hungry?
I've been hungry all
Eat
night.
a Snickers. We might as well get started because last week we went over.
Okay.
We'll do some trivia or some questions. Some. Britannic categories.
Um.
The 80s one again.
That's just the one that came up.
I'll flunk that one. What's the title of that one?
Lizzie. Fit the king or queen the British royal quiz. I'd probably pass that one.
What we'll say.
I had to minimize our chat. Oh, you both can't be tired. That sounds like Chinese music. LOL trivia on The Walking Dead. Who's that stamp? Actually, should know look at human body.
I like the state one, but we couldn't do that here because it has to be on the screen.
50 capital cities at random. Can you answer these questions from the U.S. citizenship test?
We should do that. We'll probably fail.
See how many of us Americans fail.
Put them right here.
Name that hat. U.S. presidential first.
That'd be a good one. I like that one.
Name that U.S. state.
I guess we could do it there and show it. Do the presidents first. That sounds like an
U.S. presidential first.
interesting one. What we'll say. I can't see the screen, sorry. I guess I should have them.
So what questions are you going to be doing? Probably U.S. presidential first. It's 11 questions, so we can probably do another one.
Oh,
Oh, shoot.
shut the time thing off.
Yeah. Alright. Who was the first president born in a hospital? JFK, Jimmy Carter, Richard Nixon, or Harry S. Truman?
I'm gonna say Truman.
I honestly don't know.
Well, you know, Carter and Kennedy and Nixon probably were. Well, I don't know.
Carter maybe not.
Nixon's older than Carter, though. I don't know.
I both said Abraham Lincoln.
I was thinking the same thing when she read that. Probably not. He's probably born in a log cabin in Kentucky.
Both said JFK. I'd be shocked if it was JFK.
He's the old. No, Truman would be the oldest in that category.
That's why I said I'd be shocked if it was him because that, he's so young. But I watch a TV show that's about home births in Britain, and they're up to the late 60s right now, and people are still having home births. They're trying to shy them away. Like, they're starting to go to the hospital, but they're still trying to shy them away from hospitals, so.
Okay, who was it?
Oh, there we go. Is it Truman? Jimmy Carter! Wow.
That's in my time. I remember Jimmy being a president. I vaguely remember Nixon. I mean,
in his 90s, he's still alive.
yeah. I remember.
No, Wolf, it was Jimmy Carter. I know this one. Who was the first Roman Catholic president?
Oh, I know this one too. My daughters were making fun of me today. They said something about a church in my hometown. And I go, well, yeah, we have. And I started naming them off, and I said, I don't think we do. I said, the only church that we didn't have was a Catholic church. I'm pretty sure we didn't have one.
I only thought we had the one.
No, we have several. Baptist, Christian, Lutheran, Methodist. Pretty sure we didn't have a Catholic church.
Well, that's depressing.
I mean, I was going to say German immigrants, but that wasn't my hometown's. I don't know what it was.
I want to know how we got so many Catholics around here. We had 2 Catholic churches at one time. And our first hospital was St. Clara's Hospital. And we have a private Catholic school.
And what their sign say today? Everyone welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I get that. I know it used to be, well,
It used to be you had to go to the church to go to the school, and now they
Yeah.
open it up that
and we also have a Lutheran-based school here, and it,
private school, yeah.
yeah, and if you go to the Lutheran, you get a discount.
And after you're part of the Lutheran church.
Yes, Wolf got it.
Yes, it was JFK.
Good job, Wolf.
If anybody's interested, I switched over to the lemonade.
She had that Dr. or Mountain Dew, and it was like,
The deeper I got in the can, the more metallic it tasted, so I don't know if it was sitting too long or what, but ugh. Alright, next question.
that looks good.
Who was the first president to fly on an airplane while in office?
What's the choices?
It's spiked lemonade. Wolf, it's not just lemonade. Anyway, Theodore Roosevelt, Woodrow Wilson, Franklin D. Roosevelt, Herbert Hoover.
I don't know. My mom said,
That's right.
Mom said he was a really good president.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
No, Wolf, it was not Hoover.
It would help if we would, like, if they give the years. Well, I guess it really wouldn't matter, though, but, oh, I don't know whatever happened to it, but I used to have, I was so into this one. No.
Oh. Mr. Happy?
He looks like he's got shredded wheat in
Yeah. Ah!
I had this styrofoam thing, and it was like what I want to call it, like a riser.
No wolf.
Narrow them down, Wolf. You'll get it there. And
It's
then,
a Roosevelt, not that Roosevelt though.
and then it had pillars in the back, and I had all the presidents up to Ford. The little statues, they were only about 3 inches tall, and on the front it had their name, Roosevelt, Lincoln, and on the back it had the years that they served, that they were in office. What did I say?
He said the other Roosevelt dude. It was FDR.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt. My mom said he was a really good president. So yeah, that I don't know what I did with that, because every time you moved it, the little statues, my little presidents fell off, and then I got the idea of gluing them, and then it was like oddly shaped. It was like a half moon shape, so you couldn't put it in a regular box. You had to find. So I don't know what happened to them.
Yeah, I remember that.
My mom's really good friend got it for me, and I was just so enamored with that, because what was the president? Was it Roosevelt that served so many terms? I read that in my history video, and then while he was still in office, they passed a thing where they could only serve 2 terms. But hey, if the people like him and they're gonna vote for him,
They need to do that with Congress
yep.
instead of having these lifelong congressmen. Anyway, who was the first president born a U.S. citizen? William Henry Harrison, John Taylor, Martin Van Buren, or Andrew Jackson?
Read that again.
Who was the first president born a U.S. citizen? William Henry Harrison, John Tyler, Martin Van Buren, or Andrew Jackson? Pretty sure one of those wasn't a president.
No, all of them were. That's what I was gonna say, Wolf. But that's wrong.
Cooking show. Are those chickpea tacos? Ew.
Only chickpea I like is hummus.
I like chickpeas, but that doesn't even look at. There's jalapenos and like mangoes. No.
That's like a yuppie,
It's like a hippie taco.
like a vegan taco.
Hey, those one that the one lady made, those pecan vegan tacos where she soaked the pecans in it, that looked just like me. I would have never known.
I know.
Well, it says John Tyler.
No.
He said Taylor. It's Tyler.
I'm pretty sure all those were presidents, but
I don't remember President Burton, but whatever.
yeah, I do.
Maybe VP.
No, he was president.
I've been to school for a few years.
At our college that I worked at, in our library, it was part of a museum too. We had a really little bit museum, and you walk in, and it had a picture of the presidents, and it had red, white, and blue thing, and it had like a synopsis of the president.
No, Wolf.
The other one, and it had what religion he was, and what was the religion, and I'm like, I've never heard of this religion. What is this? Really? No. Christmas snow. Oh, I can't even remember the religion. But that was neat to go along and read. Of course, we were supposed to be cleaning when I was in there, and I'm acting like I'm wiping off the glass, and they go, Colleen, we already did that. I'm like, oh, okay, and then wipe off the glass.
The last guy. It was Martin Van Buren.
Bjorn.
Burn.
Bjorn.
Burn. There's no accent, so it's burn.
Martin Van Buren.
Who was the first divorced president? Ronald Reagan, Grover Cleveland, Bill Clinton, or George W. Bush? Really? Oh, I didn't realize I gave you facts underneath after your answer. I should have been reading those.
We'll read those from now on.
Dang it!
I know this one.
I did not. I'm getting them right. Yeah. Okay, Wolf. No, it was not Bush.
Oh, Lord forbid it was Bush. No.
Hey, why would you want to divorce a woman like Barbara Bush?
Oh,
Now that is the mother of America.
yes.
Miss Barbara Bush. A strong, sturdy woman. Good values. Beautiful. Barbara Bush, y'all.
What was the other ones? The other president's wife. The other Bush president. She was pretty, I thought.
Wasn't she Nancy?
No, wasn't it Laura?
Laura Bush. Sorry. She was pretty
And
too.
Jacqueline Onassis. Jacqueline Kennedy. She was pretty.
Jacqueline Kennedy was. Bill Clinton is not divorced. I would-
Stand by your man.
God, if I had to be married to a friggin' beast like Hillary. Buh.
So it's RR. Ronald Reagan.
And this says, before he was married to Nancy Davis in 1952, Reagan had been married to the actress Jane Wyman.
Whiteman. No.
It's Wyman. W-Y, man. Wyman. From 1940 to 1948. They were married for 8 years.
I knew that. Who's that? Hi.
Hello, Mitri.
Hello, Dimitri. Welcome in, chat. Come on in.
Thanks for joining us tonight. We're doing a quiz on presidents.
Come on in for some fish and chips, mate. Thunderbird. Groove me.
Thunder Cougar Falconberg. Who was the first president to live in the White House?
I know this one.
James Madison, Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, or George Washington? Oh.
She'll let me.
Just reminds me of Hamilton now. You'll be back soon.
If anybody, I know if y'all aren't musical fans, but if you haven't seen the musical Hamilton, I learned stuff from it. I'm like, I didn't know he went through
And I
that.
feel so bad that I was such a theater snob that I would not watch it until it came out on Disney. I don't know why I did that, because I had an opportunity to go see it.
I actually learned stuff from it. That was is it still running?
Yeah, it's touring right now. It's not like on Broadway or anything.
Right.
It's a touring show right now. Did you all see that Phantom of the Opera closed after 35 years on Broadway? I watched the video of the chandelier fall for the last time, and I'm telling you, I was so emotional for a play I've never seen. I mean, I have seen Phantom of the Opera.
Praise the Lord, my heat kicked on. It's cold here, y'all.
I have seen Phantom of the Opera, but like I haven't seen the Broadway production, and like this last one they said they went like, because Andrew Lloyd Webber knew it was going to close, so he like, big stages and more theatrics, and you know, the chandelier is always like the highlight of the show and stuff, but like they have big chandelier and the pulleys that bring the boat out when they do the Phantom of the, you know, the da, 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 da. I would sing, but I'm not an opera singer. Oof, can't hit those notes. It made me sad. 35 years. The only one I've never missed is Cats. Memories all alone in the moonlight.
You're not an opera singer, please don't sing.
Touch me. It's so
What's
easy
the
to
answer
love.
to our question?
Who was the first president to live in the White House? It was John Adams.
John Adams. I knew it wasn't Washington
This says
because they never even built it.
I thought it was Madison for some reason.
No.
Anyway, this says Adams, the second U.S. president, moved into the White House in the 1800s while the building was still under construction.
And it burnt.
Thank you, Wolf. Wolf said sing it.
And it burnt.
And his wife, or no, James Madison, Valley Madison, saved the portrait of Washington. Anyway,
Madison, they lived in there and didn't like,
they lived on the property, not the house.
yeah. And the Civil War, they burned it, didn't
Yes, they burnt parts of it during
Yeah.
the Civil War.
they? I would like, that's one place I would like to go visit is Washington D.C. and see all the
I want to
monuments.
go to
and,
Smithsonian so bad.
yeah, the Smithsonian.
I like museums.
Like a week or two in Washington D.C. because they have a World War II Veterans Memorial, and my dad's name was supposed to be on it because I don't know. Before our Kmart closed here, you could donate so much money, and I think I donated $20 or $30, or maybe my sister donated $20, and I donated $20, and maybe my mom did too, and Dad's name was supposed to be on a monument somewhere, so I would like to go see that. I want to see
Oh, this is
the Vietnam Veteran War Memorial too. My nephew got to see that.
next question. Who was the first president to serve 2 non-consecutive terms? Calvin Coolidge, Cleveland, Woodrow Wilson, or Franklin D. Roosevelt? What?
That was my grandpa's name. There's
Cleveland?
all kinds of genres on here. Marketing.
You're supposed to listen to this to like if you mark it, because I don't know what listen to this.
This is crap. I liked it at first, but it's crazy.
Meech in the building. Meech.
Big Mooch.
Meechy Moo. I didn't know I could split my screen like this. This would have been so simple last week. Things you learn.
What's our choices?
I can't. I already answered. Oh, well, I can narrow it down for you now. It's either, who was the first president to serve 2 non-consecutive terms, either Franklin Roosevelt or Grover Cleveland? Narrowed it down for you, children. I call my residents kids. It cracks up some of my nurses. Because, like, somebody has to be on the floor to watch them all the time, so, like, if I'm the only aide, I have to go to the nurse. I'm like, hey, can you watch the kids while you go to the bathroom? And my favorite nurse
Nope.
giggles every time.
The other one, Wolf.
Nope, Wolf, it was not FDR. It is Grover Cleveland. Cleveland served from 1885 to 89, and then 80.
Hey, Rizza.
Hey, Rizza! And then from 1893 to 97.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt is the one that served like 4 consecutive, wasn't it?
Who was the first president to die in office? I know this one. William McKinley, Franklin Pierce, William H. Harrison, or Abraham Lincoln? I'm pretty sure.
He was the first one.
I thought it was the guy in office, though.
Now, don't get this mixed up with. Well, I'm not gonna say it. Because
Who was
Courtney
the
did.
first president to die in office?
Yeah, well, that's what Courtney thought too, and it's not.
It is not. I'm surprised.
He was the first one assassinated. I left you stuff.
Just finish them off.
No, go ahead.
No, finish them off. You're lucky the heat's on and I'm about to pull my sweatshirt off.
Cold.
Christmas bells!
No,
What?
no,
Not down for the Christmas twerk?
no.
Y'all, Mom doesn't want a Christmas twerk with me. I'm disappointed. Christmas twerk, Christmas twerk, twerk. I'm about to go steal one of Caitlin's hair clippings.
So next weekend, I get the whole weekend off. It's the first weekend, the whole weekend I've had off for, I know, a month.
And you won't have Henry.
I've worked, huh?
You won't have Henry.
Yep. I've worked every Saturday this month. Woohoo!
Drank a little drink, smoke a little smoke.
Wolf said he doesn't know this one. Rhythmo? I've never heard of that genre.
Alright, the answer is William Henry Harrison. Harrison, the ninth president, died from pneumonia in April 1841 after having been in office only 1 month.
I remember that. I did a thing on my history after Courtney said that. And did you know that, how many more we got?
This is 9 of 11, so not
Okay. That Lyndon B. Johnson really didn't want to be
Yes.
the president. But he had to step. And did you know that, I remember this from my history, he was sworn in on the plane. They were on the tarmac in Dallas. And he was sworn in as the president.
Ooh, I don't know this one, so this will be fun. Who was the first U.S. president to be sworn into office by a woman? Chester A. Arthur, Lyndon B. Johnson, Bill Clinton, or Gerald Ford? It's not Yoda, it's Grogu. Wolf, get it right.
Baby Yoda.
It's Grogu. It's baby Grogu. It says stay chill. It's my I have a pair of pajamas. I think this is a shirt to my pajamas. Ooh.
Hi, Gigi.
Hi, Gigi! No, it was not Ford, and it was not Bill Clinton. God's Girl! It was Lyndon B. Johnson.
Sorry, I gave that one away. I
Shit.
think Jacqueline Kennedy. No.
After the assassination of JFK in 1963, Johnson was given the oath of the office by Sarah T. Hughes, a federal judge while aboard Air Force One.
Yeah, I remember that because she swore him in before they left Dallas because they were in Dallas. Well, that's where JFK was assassinated.
But that's where they both were.
Yeah. And wasn't it Jacqueline? She still had that suit on with
She went and take it off.
yeah, with the blood.
If you watch the bio movie about her, she says, I want them to see what they did to him, but they said that that's not what she said. She was just in shock and she wouldn't change her clothes. Which, I mean, after you'd just gone through that and lost your husband, I'd be in shock too.
She tried to get out of the car while it was still moving.
Let's go. Secret Service was yelling at her to get out. Get
Right.
out. But yeah, her, I read selections of her autobiography. That's what I should buy this year with my reading thing that I want to do this year. I should buy Jacqueline Kennedy's autobiography and read it. But, certain selections, she was most definitely in shock. This sounds like marketing.
No, it's old car.
Well, it sounds like marketing. Anyway, next question. Who was the first president to travel outside the U.S. while in office? Ulysses S. Grant, William McKinley, Theodore Roosevelt, Grover Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that.
A lot of this I remember from my little tidbits from my History Channel. It's been too long since I went to school and I don't read, well, a lot of stuff they don't,
No, God's girl, it was not Grant.
they don't teach us in school.
Wolf, that is a theory, but it's not been proven yet. Baby Grogu might not be Yoda. But if you talk to my man Pedro Pascal, it's not Baby Yoda, it's Baby Grogu. Oh, Pedro Pascal.
Who said one of a kind?
One of a kind. Yes, you're right. Theodore Roosevelt. Roosevelt visited the Panama Canal in 1906.
Have you been listening to my history videos?
Last question.
Watching my history videos?
Who was the first former president to be indicted on criminal charges? Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, Richard Nixon, Franklin D. Roosevelt.
First,
First to be indicted on criminal charges.
yeah, he was never. Yeah, this surprised me.
Oh, wow. No! Clinton was never charged with anything. You can't be charged being a scumbag. Just because you were a hoe doesn't mean you was a bad president.
I didn't have sexual relationships.
You gotta admit, just because he was a scumbag in the bedroom and on his wife doesn't mean he was a bad president. Knock a little bit. I'm gonna start doing that for my residents. Walk into the room in the morning.
Not Bill Clinton.
It was not Clinton, guys. Clinton was never indicted on anything. Just frowned upon by most of America. Yes, one of a kind. In April 2023, in the wake of an investigation...
Wait, that's this month.
I know.
Okay.
In the wake of an investigation into alleged hush money payments to two women, Trump pleaded not guilty to 34 felony counts of falsifying business records.
Billy, Rockstar is just how Doug feels when.
Oh, he's starting to look his age now.
Mm-hmm.
Still good, though.
The finance and HR rockstar. Workday for a changing world.
Sorry, Billy Idol commercial. We love Billy Idol. I got 5 out of 11 right, guys. Woo!
Is there a short one? What time is it?
6:35.
Oh, we have time for another one.
Name that tool thing.
Just start saying the titles and let our chat.
Classic children's book quiz. Animal Kingdom vocabulary. It is 6:35 here, one of a kind. One hit wonders quiz. Let's do one hit wonders. I don't know how many questions that is, but we'll find out. 10 questions.
Shut that one off.
Yes.
Okay.
It's 10 questions. If we'll try to bang through this one and get done. All right, guys. One hit wonders. Funky Town is by Legs Incorporated, Wild Cherry, Funk Machine, or Lips Incorporated.
Won't you take me to Funky Town?
Won't you take me to Funky Town?
I'll be honest. IDK. I think it's that one. Oh, ho, ho, ho.
My mom said hey and thumbs up. She is having to cook dinner because I hurt my knee. Oh,
Aw.
Gigi, I'm sorry. No, one of a kind. It's not Funk Machine.
I took a stab at it and got it right. Because I told you I didn't know. I wasn't for sure, but I'm like, somewhere. Me and Courtney have a thing we store. Somehow
Useless knowledge.
useless knowledge in our brain, and that the group that did it, I'm like, I heard that somewhere. Probably on I Love the 80s.
Probably. Oh, it's 79.
Well,
Funky Town, 1979, is a song by Lips Inc. Funky Town was the only hit that the band would ever produce. So it was Lips, Lipps, Inc. Yes, tell Holly we love her. We miss her.
praying for you, Gigi.
Yeah. Ha. Next question. Tequila is by the Coasters, the Chimps, the Toasters, or the Champs.
Dun, 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 dun.
I did that the other day.
Dun, dun,
The
dun.
Pee Wee Herman dance, and somebody's like, what are you doing? I'm like, the Pee Wee Herman. Who's Pee Wee Herman? And I'm like, you're too young to work here. Get out.
Oh.
No.
Let me answer these, Courtney.
Close enough. Come on. Wasn't like I was way out in left field.
Work trips need crushing, or anniversaries need celebrating. No matter who you are, where you're going, or what. With 24 trusted brands by
All right, answers coming at you, folks. Tequila, 1959, is a song by the Champs. The catchy instrumental has only one word, which is repeated 3 times. Tequila! Yes, Wolf, the Champs.
Get going.
8675309, Ginny is by Ginny, Tommy Tingles, Dex Midnight Runners, or Tommy Two Tones. I knew that one. Love you too, Gamer Bra.
8675309.
I got it.
I got your number on the wall.
I got it.
For a good time call.
Yes, God's Girl. Tommy Two Tones. Ginny, 1981. It came out in 1981. Is a song by Tommy Two Tones. Another one who has heard this song has likely thought about calling the famous number. It is disconnected because the lady who did have the number was getting drunk calls all the time.
And she was in California.
Yeah.
It was a California number.
She had her number changed and they since discontinued the number.
And I don't know why the little magnet, the plastic magnet they had magnets. We used to stick them on the refrigerators, or we had them in school too, and we used to have some board. They have them on our refrigerator at work. It's 8675309. And when you see it, you can't say 8675309. You start singing it in your head. I do anyway. 8675309.
All right. Play That Funky Music is by Wild Times, Wild Strawberries, Wild Cherries, or Wild Funk.
Play that funky music, white boy. Play that funky music, right? I don't know this one. This reminds me of John Denver. I don't know why. Rocky Mountain High.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain.
Shenandoah River.
Just remember me and Char driving in Florida, screaming that at the top of our lungs. That and the Too Many Jolly Rancher twist at Applebee's that one time driving home singing, Man, I Feel Like a Woman. Wild Funk is incorrect. It is Wild Cherry. Play That Funky Music, 1976, is a song by Wild Cherry. The song is about the rock band's adaptation to the incoming disco scene in the 1970s. Unfortunately, the band broke up in 79. The Safety Dance is by Men Without Hats, Men with Hats, Men Working with Hats, or Men at Work. Oh. Never mind.
One hit.
Yes, I should have known that.
I called into a radio show one time and I said they had something. It was a one-hit wonder, and they had like a multiple choice, and I said ELO, and they said ELO and Electric Light Orchestra had more than one hit, and I'm like, I don't know. They berated me. Wolf, I think you need to refresh.
You're lagging a little bit there, buddy.
Read the question again, Courtney.
The Safety Dance is by
Safety dance.
Men Without Hats, Men with Hats, Men Working with Hats, or Men at Work. I think it's Men Working with Hats.
I think it's. Well, you know it's not. I wish we could play snippets of the song.
The Safety Dance, a 1982, is a song by Men Without Hats. It has been widely used in popular media and was parodied by Weird Al Yankovic and the Brady Bunch in 1984. The reason... This makes me sad because this band is not a one-hit wonder. They have some good music. But anyway, The Reason is by Hoobastank, Mud Shovel, Jimmy Eats World, or Queens of the Stone Age.
But this was probably their only hit.
This was their,
Like,
breakout.
they're,
the only
yeah,
one
they're
ever.
thinking like top 10 or number 1 or.
I think they ended up breaking up anyway, but they had some good music.
Yes, Wolf.
Hoobastank! That music video was cool. Anyway, The Reason, 2003, is a song by Hoobastank. This song made it to number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 charts and was frequently played on the radio in the first decade of the 21st century. It was... Mom! Mambo number 5 is
Well, I know
by
this one.
Lou Bega, Mambo Martin, Mambo Man, or Louis Bongo.
Did you think I didn't know that one?
No, I knew you knew that one. That's why I wanted you.
I have an album by him and
Played it nonstop.
the whole album, not just one song. I
Well,
played
he's
the-
not a one-hit wonder because there was another song off that album that did really good on the charts.
Yeah.
Yes, Wolf, you're right. It was Lou Bega. Mambo number 5, 1999, is a song by Lou Bega. It reached number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100. His subsequent release failed to match his initial success. He wasn't a one-hit wonder. He had more songs. That was the only one that ever topped the charts. Billionaire is by Duck and Cover, Bruno Balvin, Travis McConnell, or Travis McCoy. Travie McCoy, sorry.
Dunno. No. Well, maybe.
It is not by Bruno Mars. He's featured in the song, but he's not the one that sings it. Billionaire, a 2010, is a song by Travie McCoy featuring Bruno Mars. It sampled the chorus sequence from a 1996 song, Santira by Sublime.
I like Sublime. Just spell it.
Bitch is by Mel Brooks, Meredith Brooks, Meredith Jones, or Margaret Briggs. Mel Brooks. That would be a Mel Brooks song. Yeah.
Courtney knew I didn't.
I guessed, because I'm not. I mean, I know this song, but. Yes, Wolf.
Dang.
Meredith Brooks reached number 2 in the U.S. charts with this catchy feminist anthem. Bitch. Spirit in the Sky is by Nelson Greenberg, Norbert Grins, Norman Greenbags, and Norman Redbungs.
What one can I say?
Everyone, I have to go now. Thanks for stopping in, Brian.
Bye, Brian. Thanks for stopping in.
Have a good night. Eat something healthy.
Get some good rest.
Mm-hmm.
Go to church tomorrow of your choice.
Yes. I don't know this one. Do you know this one? Hold on. I'm looking up really quick. No.
Where you been?
It's by Norman Greenbags. Spirit in the Sky, 1969, was very popular and has been kept alive by movie and television.
Superstar. Was it in that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Will Ferrell playing God.
But he doesn't. He plays Sky, her love interest. Oh yeah, he does. I forgot. Sometimes when I get nervous,
Is that wrong?
it's gonna be a superstar.
No, that's emo stuff. That's
EMS.
yeah,
Techno.
techno.
That was it.
That was it.
That was the last one with 10 minutes to spare.
10 minutes to spare. Let's do another quick one.
I don't. It doesn't tell me how many
I know.
questions. That's all I never know.
Oh,
Children's book. It's 11 questions.
go back. What's that one? Sports.
I'm the greatest athlete. 12 questions.
Uh-oh.
That's okay. We got 10 minutes anyway.
That's a great picture of the Golden Gate Bridge. No. I can't handle this music. Is that the title of the song, or
Your
is it-
love. Yeah.
Okay. Or is it Earl Grey?
No, that's Infraction is the name of the whoever makes the music. Earl Grey is probably the one singing, and Your Love is the name of the song. Emerald Grey.
Emerald Grey. Earl Grey. That's a T.
Did we? Oh no. Pause.
We saw you waving at us, Caitlin.
See, like the next one is.
No, it's not. Remember?
No, I'm just saying it's by Infection and it's Alone. I don't know what to talk about for the next 9 minutes. How was your day, Caitlin? Caitlin said it was fine.
Caitlin said her day was fine.
We had brunch with your other sister today. I wanted to punch her.
Don't say what she is because
I'm not. I just wanted to punch her. She was a brat today. I don't know what we're gonna have for dinner.
Our favorite Chinese place. Well, we had that last week. Her favorite Chinese place was closed.
It might not be closed. They might have just had the thing down because it's windy and cold.
Yeah. We have a food truck. It's a big deal for our little community.
We got quite a few
And-
food trucks now.
Yeah, and they
Oh, they make good
It's-
Chinese food.
it's called Tokyo. It's hibachi,
And they make
and-
sushi.
sushi. Courtney loves sushi, and the thing was closed today, so I don't know if they just had it closed because it was windy or maybe it's too cold for them. Pretty cold for ooh, where's that at?
Taco shop.
What do you think?
Miami.
Might be California too.
Could be. Wolf's gonna have hot dogs and fries. That's Henry's favorite.
Hey, that sounds good.
I had hot dogs at work the other day.
I had a hot dog the other day too. Hot dog.
They had hot dogs and fries and coleslaw at work the other day.
That sounds good.
Oh, not coleslaw. We didn't have cabbage. Paul made baked beans. They had fries and baked beans.
I'm liking all these Mustangs they're showing, but I don't care for the fastback.
Lucky day.
That's probably a 69.
God's Girl's having breakfast for dinner. We had breakfast for lunch because our brunch did not fill us up.
We had a nice brunch at church,
It was.
but
It was good food, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
I'm a big girl.
Great message.
Oh, I love Pastor Hilton. I wanted to tell her, I already told you that I wanted to thank her for last year's message.
Maybe we'll see her tomorrow.
Last year she preached on Ruth meeting her Boaz, and I kind of like, meet my Boaz. Me and Zach were like, we were together, but we weren't, I don't want to say we weren't serious because we were, but I was like, we weren't engaged yet, I'll put it that way. We were together, we weren't engaged yet. We got engaged in July. And I was like, meet my Boaz, meet the man of my dreams, and everything will be okay. And so I wanted to thank her and be like, I blew off her message last year, and it has since come to pass. Come to the promised land, meet your Boaz.
Man, I've been going over to Brandon Joseph Loves Jesus almost every day, and he's been on fire. It's awesome. If you guys even go check out his lives, that one day he went on for 2 hours. It was awesome because this one lady came in from Arizona, and Miss B came up and ministered to her, and Brandon was, and me and One of a Kind were encouraging her, and it was awesome. It was a great live. He's been reading a chapter out of he didn't get to a chapter that day, but the Lord had other plans for him, but he's been really good. Really powerful messages.
I have a surprise for you.
I have a surprise for you.
that one day, and I always go back to my pastor because, like, he'll preach a sermon and somebody will come up to him afterwards and said, "How do you know that about me? You were preaching about me. That's what you said was about me. How do you know?" And he said, it's not me. I don't have hidden cameras in my house or whatever, in your house, you know. It's God speaking through me, you know. God's telling him this stuff, and pastor don't know who it, you know, who it's ministering to or who it's about. And Brandon did that, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. I wasn't feeling good Wednesday and I called off work. And I don't know, but he was on it. He sure is anointed. I think what a testimony he is, and you know, I get tired and oh, my knee hurts or my back hurts, and there Brandon sits in a wheelchair. I wanted to go over that one, I think it was yesterday. He had his headphones on and he kept trying to push him up because he was sweating, and I was like, I just want to reach the screen and push him up for him.
57.
Tamir! You look like you're getting skinny again, Oscar.
He's depressed because his butt's still.
Kitty, kitty, kitty. It's getting some fuzz on it. Kitty, 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 kitty.
Come here, Oster. Come say hi before we gotta sign off.
Kitty, 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 kitty.
Come here. Oh, big stretch.
Yes, we do, God's girl. My dad would always
Don't
say
be
that.
slipping my booze.
And, you know,
Yes, God's girl. Have a lot to be grateful for.
yeah. My dad would always say that, like, you'd see somebody in a wheelchair, or not that they don't have anything to be grateful for, but look at us, we're talking, we're walking, you know. We can see we have 10 fingers and 10 toes and 2 legs and 2 arms and a mind and mouth and eyes and sight, and you know, not all people have that. I mean, God's blessed them too, but
Take for granted your good health and you
Yep.
see other people who are sick.
yep, I always do that. And my dad said, "Look how lucky you are," but you know, in other words, he was saying, you know, should be thankful
I
for.
mean, yeah.
So
It's 59. We've got 1 minute. Yeah, Pastor Teresa had a good one about just your growth in marriage and stuff like that. And
faith.
yeah, just, it was faith, but she was talking about her marriage to her husband, and it was a good message. She's being funny because she's talking about they were having a fight, changing the sheets on her bed, and she looked at him and said, "Is this as good as it gets?"
And he
And
said,
he said, "Yeah, this is as good as it gets." And she started crying
and he goes, no, I'll get better.
because she said, "We're all stupid when we're younger." She's like, "When you're 30," or she was talking about divorce too. This is when she laughed in divorce, and she was like, "In your 30s and 40s, you think you can do better, and you want to give up." And I made a joke, so I was like, "What if you're almost 30 and you're gonna get married?" And some of the ladies we
You're
had,
good.
we
You're
had
good,
breakfast
Courtney.
with, she was like, "Oh, you're fine then." I'm like, "Oh, so we'll be like when I'm 50 and 60, I'll think I can do better."
No.
Oh, I'm good now.
Yeah.
It was a good message. I love Pastor Teresa. I love her husband too. I can't wait to hear if he
Yeah,
preaches tomorrow. when he
Richard
preaches on.
Hilton and Teresa Hilton, they're from Tennessee, and they're overseers of our church, and we're celebrating 16 years of whoop whoop of being a church, and we've probably been there 10 of those 16 years, and yeah, the celebration starts it really started today with our brunch, our ladies brunch, but tomorrow it'll be, everybody will be there. Wonder, we're not having a tomorrow night service, are we? We usually have a Sunday
Evening
morning
service.
and Sunday service, and then we're gonna have something Monday night and Tuesday night and Wednesday night. It's gonna be our
Ribbon cutting.
official ribbon cutting for our new buildings.
Yeah.
I would love to be there, but I can't call off because I called off last Wednesday. I wasn't feeling good.
I picked up a couple night shifts so this week, so my schedule's gonna be all messed up. So I don't think I'm gonna make it either.
I wish I could go, but I think the deadline for sign up, because they had to sign up, and Courtney goes, "You have to sign up for the ribbon cutting." Well, they're going to serve pizza from one of our local pizza shops, who just came in.
Oh, Brandon. We were just talking about you, Brandon.
Hi, Brandon. God bless you. Hate to do this to you, Brandon, but
We're gonna go.
Brandon, I want to tell you, you've been a blessing to me this week. I've loved all of your lives and all the ones that I've caught. And that one day when you said that God said I was protected at work and at home, I'm like, okay. And I took that, and I'm like, I didn't know what Brandon was talking about. And then I think that was Wednesday. And then I called off work that night because I wasn't feeling good. And then Thursday I went into work, and one of my friends told me about something, and I'm like, that's what Brandon was talking about. Thank you, God. Thank you for your protection, because it was something silly, but God protected me. And so I want to thank you for that, Brandon. I've been really enjoying your lives. You're reading the Bible verses and ministering to everybody, and ministering to Reliant. Was it Relentless? That was awesome. I hope she comes back in. So we're going to say goodbye, everybody. Hope you have a blessed week, and we'll see you next Saturday. And tomorrow, go to church of your choice. All right, we'll see everybody next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Stay blessed.